become the #1, smartphone provider, like Costa Rica. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we just announced the Huawei Mate 8, several days ago. So we are planning to find the chance in early Q1 this year to bring this, flagship model to Latin America region. Yeah. From end of February or beginning of March in most of the Latin America region countries.
Do you have a target for growth in catching Apple and Samsung? You say your market share right now
Yes.
is 9.7%.
That's right.
Do you have a target that in 3 years you want to get to 15 or 20%? That's the first part of the question. And is it going to be based on price competitiveness?
Well, so firstly, we have the market share target for sure. And we think to be the top tier, smartphone manufacturers, you have to get a solid, market share for over 10%, or even grow up to 15% market share. So we want to become the #2, smartphone manufacturers in the coming 2 years time frame. And we have the confidence to get there, because right now the market share gap between Huawei and Apple is not that big, to be honestly. But so we all know that, as you mentioned as well, price can be a competitiveness, but Huawei is not stick to that. So if you look at the last 3 years Huawei business performance, we grow our business because we have the solid product strategy. That is introducing more and more better and better product, especially in the premium flagship tier smartphones. We have got the successful launches of the P series and also the Mate series in the 2015. Our flagship models have grown from just hundreds of thousand unit sales, like the P1 and D1 in 3 years ago. But from the P6, we have sold out over 3 million units. And from the P7 and P8, we, especially for the P7, we successfully sell over 7 million units. And Mate 7 is actually over 5 million. Yeah, so we want to build our brand with this, mid to high tier smartphones. So we think the Mate 8 could be the best example to support that. Actually, we launched this Mate 8 in China by end of November. Just within 1 month period, we have sold out 1 million units. Yeah. So we want to, together with our partners here in Latin America, and to add on efforts with the service and the marketing activities to promote these products. So we have the confidence that we can success, not only in the entry level, but also the mid-high tier, segmentation as well. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you about the
Honor series?
Yeah,
okay.
Are you planning to launch it in Latin America this year?
We already have some Honor products in certain markets, like Mexico and Peru. Yeah. So. From my understanding, so maybe the. Okay, so the strategy will be something like this. So Huawei brands and Huawei series, including the Mate series, the P series, will target to the mid-high tier, users, right? And the Honor series, we are more targeting to the young generations who's living in the internet and digital world, who's taking the advantages, for example, like e-commerce and social networking, to find the best product by themselves. So when the market is ready with all the similar things like that, e-commerce and whatever things, we think that is a good start for us to introduce the Honor series products there. So we're gonna compare, we're gonna analysis, and for sure that we want to bring the Honor series for the markets. But somehow you need to look at the market situations, the business models, and also your partners. Yeah. It depends. Maybe further. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to say if someone will ask some question, please introduce by yourself.
So, no, please.
José Luis Cabello from Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Almuerzo de negocios and marketing mix. How important is Latin America for Huawei? Because as we know, all the time frame of the launch, all the effort that you put in the launch of the products, it's obvious that it's important for the brand, for the company, the market. How important is it for you?
陶总，
你来吧。
好。Right now, Latin America region is already the second largest region for Huawei from the volume point of view. Yes. As I mentioned before, that we are shipping over 12 million units in 2015. Yeah. So with no doubt that this market already become the most important region for Huawei already. Yeah. And looking to the future, we think there is a lot of opportunities for us to further develop there. I think the most important pieces will be like we need to further build the brand, especially in the mid-high tier smartphone tiers. So right now, we still get a lot of shares at the entry to mid-level. So we want to build the brand from there. And we have the confidence to step by step introduce Huawei brand there. So during the last several years, we take very good efforts. That is brand marketing and also the channel partnership. We are getting there. Yeah, we are doing a lot of local sponsorships and introducing the local brand ambassadors. That work a lot. Our brand awareness increasing from 37 to 65 from 2014 to 2015. That is a big step forward, and this is all based on the headquarters support and there's also trust. Yeah, without the trust, we cannot get there. And in 2016, our strategy is very clear. So first step, firstly, is we introduce the high-tier smartphone to the market. We want to bring the best consumer experiences to our consumers. Huawei is not all in value for money, but we can provide better product solutions comparing with our competitors in a more competitive way. And secondly, we want to collaborate with our carriers, channel partners, and retailers together to bring the products as far as possible to the market. And thirdly, we want to build a brand to continue with localized marketing strategy here in Latin America region. So we believe we can have achieved further the marketing growth in Latin America region. Yeah.
Alex Mandela from Panama. Following that question, there is a preconception in our Latin American countries that products from China, they're always like knockoff of brands already known everywhere, and they don't have that quality that some other brands. How have Huawei stand apart from that conception that we already have of Chinese products? And why do you think you're gaining that market in Latin America? Because of good price, because the brand quality, or just the name?
Okay, so actually 4 years ago, Huawei brand awareness will be less than 5%, maybe just 3%. 3% of the consumers, they know Huawei. At that time, Huawei just delivered the ODM products there. So we are just like the other Chinese brand you mentioned, so without any brand awareness there. How can we grow from there to be here today? It's because we look carefully at the quality. Quality is the point that we never sacrifice. If you look at the Huawei product today, we have whatever the G series, Y series as the entry to mid-level, or the P series and mid series, the quality will always be the most important thing for Huawei to take care. And secondly, Huawei is not just a Chinese company. We are a global company already. So we have opened our offices in over 100 countries and regions. And we have set up 16, R&D center globally.
And you opened one in Panama also.
Oh yeah, we have the office there
Yeah,
in Panama. We have all the offices in all across
the base of
Latin America.
Latin American region is in Panama City.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have maybe 我们有一个物理的中心还是叫什么中心啊？
We have
不是。对，we have the
warehouse center or
Yeah.
operating offices there
Yeah,
in
Panama,
Panama. Yes. We are there, and so the quality and also the best product experiences are always the point that Huawei can jump out from the second group, and to earn the operator trust and channel partner trust. Let me give you a story. So 4 years ago, when I joined the workshop with carriers in Europe, the carrier will challenge Huawei because they think Huawei they are a lot to do own brand. So they don't think Huawei can do that job. They refuse to choose Huawei smartphone to the market. But after successfully, Huawei launched the P1 and D1, even without very good, sale record. But the operators, and channel partners, they see the product there. They're having the confidence, and they want to try. And after trying, they get more confidence to sell together with Huawei. That's how we get the success with P7 and Mate 7. And I believe that is also the reason why more and more channel partners right now in Latin America, they choose to collaborate with Huawei. We have already got the collaboration with over 50 carriers and distributors here in Latin America, and over 550, distribution channels and also retailers in Latin America region. Tonight, you're gonna learn more from the from the party. We have some, channel, information to introduce you there. You will also learn there is a COO from one of our distribution, partners. He will be there to tell you the story to how he worked with Huawei. Yeah. Yeah.
Why is the product launched at different times? Like, why don't you just have like a regional launch of each product instead of just
Okay.
at one time in Mexico, at different time in other places, and why just not make a bigger one?
Okay, so we're trying to shorten this kind of gap during the last 1 or 2 years. So before, we also shared the pain that some of the flagship models, they come to Latin America a little bit late than the global launch. But we successfully managed that. And also the headquarters give a lot of support to us. So right now the Latin America region become the second group to launch the flagship model, like the Mate 8. We just announced it in the beginning of January, for Mate 8 globally. And we're gonna start selling it in early March in Latin America region and for the whole region, most of the countries. But sometimes because of the carriers, they have some testing or channel partners, they have some promotion season. So they want to put the product in certain price tier or portfolio. So they share the concern and we make it a little bit postponed. But overall, we are shorten this kind of launching timing. Yes.
Rafael Fernández, República Dominicana, Almuerzo de Negocios Marketing Needs. What do you think will be the strategy of the brand Huawei this year to stay growing in the global smartphone market?
What is the marketing strategy for keep growing our brand there? I think first of all, we take opportunities to introduce Huawei Make It Possible story or Huawei Connected story. We have our branding DNA that is based on Huawei core capabilities. So we have the network structures, we have the smartphone products. We have our own chipsets. So all the Huawei staff are working very hard to develop best-in-class product experiences. We have now 76,000 employees working in the R&D area. Yeah, for working in R&D area. Every year, we invest over 10% our revenue to R&D development. Yeah, so in 2015, this figure will be actually more than $600 million.
$6 billion.
$6 billion. $6 billion to R&D area. Yeah. So with all the efforts there, we want to introduce the Huawei Make It Possible story. That is the inside out. Huawei ourselves are challenge ourselves to achieve the impossible thing possible. We want to overcome ourselves to be a challenger, from the challenger to a leader. So that's a story. So we keep on telling our true story to the consumers with the product experiences. We think the consumer will believe that. And secondly, we are managing a lot of, right now, the successful product campaigns. You all see that how Huawei is marketing the Mate 8 and also female watch, right? Mm-hmm. Is that video good for you, you think? Yeah. So we are looking at the consumers, behaviors, their hobbies, and their whatever needs, and into the product development. The Huawei watch is no longer a gadget for some geek users. It can be adopted by the broader audiences, like even the female users, the business users, the sports fans. They can all enjoy with the Huawei smartwatch. That's the thing. So based on that, we are making the effective marketing story, to promote our products. And I think thirdly, we are leveraged on the PR collaboration and digital marketing a lot. So that's why we are more and more open to the PR friends. We see you are our partners. And also, we think our consumers are now living in the internet digital world. So we have to leverage on the digital marketing a lot, because we cannot spend as much as money comparing with Apple and Samsung. We are not arrogant like Samsung. They are powering by the marketing with dollars. So we want to bring the consumer experiences or engagements with the consumers, with the PR reports, and with the social campaign. So we want to make all the efforts there to grow our brand awareness. Same thing in Latin America. But in Latin America, differently with global-wise. So we look at the consumer experiences or their personal needs separately. And Latin America region people, they are well known as the football fans and music fans. So we can adopt the local approach here in Latin America region. So we choose to do the sponsorship and brand ambassadors in the sports area, and to build our brand awareness first. And then we want to, by leveraging on the flagship model, product launch campaign, and with efforts by PR digital again, to further to earn consumer trust. Yeah.
Vamos allá. Yo en esa.
My name is Tamara from La Prensa in Panama.
Okay.
By now, you're focusing strongly in the smartphone.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
In the region. But what are your plans regarding other products like smartwatches for ladies and tablet, for example? And also, I don't know if you can give details about it, but also for the products for smart cities in our countries.
Okay. So we have two product lines right now in Huawei consumer business group. One is smartphones, and one is the home and mobile broadband devices. So we think further, everything is connected with the smartphone as your core, and you can enjoy the data, surfing with all the occasions. For example, like in home or on the move, you can use the tablets for entertainment or for business, for working. And you can use a smartwatch or talk band devices to check your personal data and to be connected in a more convenient way. And when you go outside, you drive, and you can be connected as well. When you stay in home, you have all the home gateways or sensors anywhere, and you can find yourself be connected as well. So Huawei is preparing all this kind of solutions, product solutions. So that's why you see Huawei have wearable devices. We are launching not just one smartwatch. We are launching 3 products actually last year from Mobile World Congress. We have a talk band, we have music band, yeah, we have the smartwatch. Yeah, we are collaborating with some car vehicle companies like Audi and yeah, for the car modules. Yeah, and we introduced a tablet with two different directions. One is entertaining and one is business and working. So, but this area is not like a smartphone area. Smartphone area is already very, how to say, well developed. But for those areas, they're still developing right now. But Huawei will keep on investing in these areas. Yeah, and you mentioned the smart cities. So for Huawei Group, we have 3 different business groups. The smart cities, from my understanding, is belong to the enterprise, because you have to plan this with some, transparent, companies who's running the bus or, subways, and you have to work with the banking, companies for the system as a payment or everything. So Huawei have the enterprise business group to take care of that. But we already have some scenarios. Yeah, if you go back to the Huawei headquarters, I think we have some demo or at least some scenarios for that. But I'm not the people who are familiar with that. Sorry, but.
Oren Gordon from the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian.
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. You mentioned research and development.
Yes.
I want to know where your minds are going in terms of what is the next.
Minds are going, yeah.
Yeah. What is the next big thing in mobile phone technology? At one time you had dictation technology, you had voice recognition. What is Huawei going to be pushing and championing in terms of technological advancement?
Yes, okay.
In the mobile sector?
Well, we should say Huawei is already a leading company in the mobile telecom area. We have the network, and we have the chipset, we have the device. And we are already the leading 4G network provider. And we are developing, and we are actually taking the leading position in the 5G development. Yeah. So actually, we make a lot of R&D efforts to chase that. Actually, we think this kind of narrow chipset smartphone kind of capability can further support Huawei to go further, to have the competitiveness in the smartphone area as well. Yeah.
And it's looking at 5G as well?
Yes, we are looking. Our network development team is already developing the 5G network, but 5G is not ready for the smartphone. Yeah, the network side, they need to have a lot of testing or whatever, but because with that kind of advance, R&D, investment, it can further be an engine for the other business areas. That is the Huawei core capabilities. Except for this kind of network or chipset thing, so Huawei actually making a lot of investment in many areas as well. For example, like the user experiences in all the around. For example, like the safety and convenience. So Huawei is the first one to adopt the one-tap fingerprint, with Mate 7, and we make it more advanced with Mate 8. We have further developed into the 3-level, security with the fingerprint by Mate 8. No, like Apple and Samsung, they are still unbelievable. They are still using the front cover home screen as a fingerprint. I think the smartphone grow bigger and bigger. It's going to be more and more tough for you to do a one hand unlock, right, with a fingerprint. That is very tough. So something like this. And in the camera area, we also do a lot of development or investment. For example, by the P8, we are the first one to have the professional camera mode and the light painting camera mode into the smartphone. Yeah. So no like the other smartphone vendors. And the product design wise, we are really the challenger. We do not like the other competitors. We have the very all metal unibody design for the overall smartphones. Yeah, that is very unique. And we make a lot of efforts by the antenna design and everything, so that actually for the products, it's actually we can have a very tiny. You can find here, this antenna. Yeah, how small it is, right? Yeah, no like some other competitors. I don't know who's using iPhone 6 or you can compare. So there's a lot of things that I cannot tell you yet, but we are developing carefully. So we have got over 2,000 R&D engineers dedicated for the future technology development. Yes.
Maria Jose Pomacusi from Bolivia. I was wondering which do you consider is Huawei's strength in the Latin American market, and which is your weakness?
Oh, okay. Our strengths and our weakness.
Yeah.
Okay. So we believe for the certain segmentations and in certain areas, we found the strengths already. Yeah. So after getting prepared with products, we are all there. So if we compare the different market situations, I'm giving one example. That global-wise, for the smart with a screen size above 5.5 inch, is already over 13%. Yeah, but in Latin America region, for the screen size above 5.5 inch, it's just 2%. Yeah, I believe that 2% comes from Samsung product and iPhone product, and we have the strong confidence in this area. We can compete with these two vendors. I think you all received the Mate 8. You can experience and you can tell us our strengths, especially in the product development area. So we have the strengths not only by the difference of the product design and also the price, but we have the advantages in many experiences area, the fingerprint, the camera, and the product design, and the UI, and the safety, and convenience, and the speed, and the power consumption. This one can adopt for the heavy user for 2-day use. You can believe that? Yeah, it's really tough, right? 6-inch LTE 4G, and with a dual 4G card, and with all the video or internet surfing, you can still use 2 days time. That is very exciting. Yeah. And regarding the weakness, I think although we have got very remarkable, market growing in the 2015, comparing with Apple and Samsung, so we still have the gap there. And they are long time, and they are investing more money for marketing, and they have longer time relationship with partners. So we need to catch up. So we will have the further investments and preparation, and one by one, we want to convince the operators and channel partners, and with the effective marketing campaigns and localize the service strategy, we want to grow our business. Yeah.
Hi, Jesus from Lima, Peru.
Yeah.
I will try to choose the right words from a question. Well, I'm a Huawei heavy user for the last couple of years.
Oh, really?
And,
Thank you.
I noticed something that concerned, I have a little worry about.
Yeah.
First of all, you know, there's some keys on the mobile industry, like timing. Timing is essential for the business. And there's two personal, not complaints, but worries about timing with your brand. First of all, is the
availability. Okay.
Of your devices in the market. Because today we do a coverage of this event, and we have done those new products, and everyone in our country is very excited about that.
Yeah.
But they see the products in 3-4 years. I'm sorry, months. And you see
You scare me.
It's arriving earlier in the country.
Yeah.
So, well, that was a perception years
Yeah.
ago. But you, in 4 months, you have all of your competitors with new brands,
Yes.
new devices there in
Yeah.
our markets. So you have a little delay.
Yes, yes. I got your point, yes.
And the second one is the updating process of the software. So many times I get complaints from a lot of users in Peru who said, my phone isn't getting an update to the last version of Android. I know it's a huge change
Yeah.
in the process, but can you put a little pressure for realize that?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of complaint, and you know, the timing is essential here.
Yes.
So if there's a huge investment of a device like this one,
Yeah.
and you have to worry about the time of life of your device.
Yes,
so
yes.
how will you amend this part? The timing of the availability and the updating software.
Okay. So I think the first question regarding the timing, as I mentioned to the lady here, we will try more and more efforts to shorten this timing gap from the global launch to the Latin America availability. So I think Mate 8 is already a good example. So within 3 months, you don't have to wait for 4 months. So from January to beginning of March, that is less than in China.
So
yeah. You really know that. So, but as you mentioned, but again, so we want to shorten this time gap. So that is a solid, it's not bluffing, and this is not. So we noticed that. We share the pen as well. So we want step by step. We already proved to headquarters how important, how good business we can get here in Latin America, and the whole company is supporting us. So right now, the Latin America region is already become the second, tier of the global launch already, and we will shorten that.
Sorry, but because of this time, you have 3 main products on your catalog. You have the P8, the Mate S, and the Mate 8 at the same level of choice of the Peruvian consumer or the American consumer. So you have 3 huge devices on the same market. How do you?
I got your point. So firstly, we think they are actually trying to make the stories for different segmentations or for different users per se. So we usually say that P series is ultimate fashion series, and Mate series crossover series, and that's why we try with a bigger screen but compact design and long-lasting battery, and with a fingerprint to bring the safety and convenience. Because with the larger screen, you have to be more comfortable and more easy to operate. That's why we have the fingerprint. So the P series, because it's more smaller and more compact, and we want to have the best design for the P series. And this year, because of we introduced Mate 7 to the global markets, a lot of consumers or the partners, they're suggesting we make it smaller with the Mate series, but they still want to keep that kind of competitiveness in the hardware point of view. So we have the Mate S. So combining with the P series advantages and the Mate series advantages, we want to make the Mate S as most premium one yeah, from the Huawei portfolio. So we believe that 3 products actually targeting different segmentations for different consumers' needs. But maybe, yeah, we don't, tell that story well enough. So we need to make more efforts. Yes, that's right. We already noticed that, and in some markets, we are finding the solutions, and here in Latin America, we can do more. So I think some of our partners, they have a lot of customization requirements, and if we want to provide the software updates, sometimes you need to discuss. And secondly, is that we need to have the server and everything to be ready. So you don't want the consumer to worry about the safety. Yeah, if you provide very frequently the software updates. So we have already noticed that this is quite important to solve the experience issues. So maybe, yeah, later my boss will, because all the efforts will add on. Yeah, the product side, the service side, we are all making efforts there. So from the Mate 8, software updates will be one issue, but we're gonna make a lot of efforts at the service as well. So we will provide a lot of number 1 service solutions in Latin America region to serve the consumer needs. Yeah, so we will take different approach with the other competitors. You will see that from the Mate 8 launch. Yeah.
Okay, one question, just to check the time, because it's 6:40.
Oh yes, 6:40. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, are we okay for the last 3, or we have 10 minutes?
I think Torrin have another.
Yes,
Either.
yes, we have another interview for others.
Okay. I have last question, Mr. Pegon, because he has a question to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last one for you, and then we have 2 more. Anything else?
I would like to speak in Chinese to the more accurately, and my colleague to translate to Spanish. Yeah.
Okay.
Who will translate to him?
I will translate.
La pregunta la hago en español.
Okay.
Lo saco un poco de la tecnología. ¿Cuáles son los valores de la empresa, de Huawei, con los cuales llegaron al liderazgo en el mercado de China? ¿Cuáles son los valores que van a traer aquí a América Latina para poder crecer en una región con tantos competidores?
就说在这个有这么多竞争者的市场，我们作为一个从中国来的品牌，我们要把怎样的价值来传递到拉美这个市场？
这正如我刚才这个 Jerry 讲到的，就是华为呢，应该说拥有现在世界上最强大的研发团队之一，对吧？我相信在这个领域里边，
Ya tenemos un grupo muy fuerte de, ¿cómo se dice? Development, sí, investigaciones y desarrollo, sí.
所以我们对我们产品的工艺水平、设计的能力以及产品给用户的体验，从这几个角度来讲，我觉得我们是非常有信心的达到这个世界一流的水平的。
Sí, somos muy confidentes de nuestros productos por sus diseños, sus tecnologías y las experiencias para los consumidores. Creemos que somos los mejores productos, sí, proveedores de celulares.
Do you prefer to speak English? And I translate to Spanish.
Es que estoy un poco nerviosa, es mi primera vez de traducir. No, gracias. Let me try. Gracias a todos.
所以我们在拉美呢，应该说进入整个拉美以华为独立的品牌在拉美市场这个真正开始运作的时间并不太长，所以说我们在品牌上呢，相对 比起这个世界一流的水平还是相对比较薄弱的。所以说现在我们要做的事情呢，其实更多的就是要联合运营商、我们的渠道、零售商一起，在这个客户的消费者的界面上做更多的工作，让消费者更了解华为。然后我相信只要消费者了解华为之后，我们的这个体验、性价比以及产品的各方面，应该会给消费者带来很大的惊喜。
Como solo entramos en este mercado por poco tiempo y los consumidores no nos conocen mucho. Ahora lo que tenemos que hacer es hacer esfuerzos de cooperación con los operadores y los dealers, ¿cómo se dice? Sí, de retail. Para traer mejor experiencia de productos a los consumidores. Una vez que ellos saben cómo son nuestros productores, cómo es la experiencia de nuestros productores, ellos saben, nuestra marca es una de las mejores marcas del mundo.
最后我想说呢，我们2015年发货1200万台，应该说是一个很好的里程碑。有了这样的一个用户的基础，说明拉美的消费者已经开始慢慢的了解，有了解华为的基础。那接下来我们会带来更多的这个终端和高端的产品，再带来这个更好的体验，会逐步的让我们的品牌站到和苹果、三星同样的位置上。
Como ya llegamos a 12 millones de shipments, ¿cómo se dice en español? No lo sé. Envíos, gracias, en Latinoamérica. Es decir, ya tenemos una base muy buena en este mercado y ahora tenemos que hacer más esfuerzos para traer mejores experiencias a los consumidores y así ellos van a entender que somos como buenas como Samsung y Apple.
Yeah, the number one Android targeted number one Android devices brand.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Okay, we have 2 questions more. It's okay.
I do. They are ready? Yeah, maybe one last question. And if you have more questions, we can over there. Yeah. Yes.
Después de más preguntas podemos continuar más tarde. Okay, 5 minutes more, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ana, ¿estabas? No, ¿ya tiene algo de pregunta?
Numbers. 12 million shipments in Latin America, 108 in the whole world of smartphones.
That's right.
Do you have any numbers for 2016? For 2016? What's your goal in Latin America and in the world? Do you have a number in your mind?
So actually we are looking at numbers for sure because we want to get more market share. You have more market share, you have more consumer foundations. They can make the product reputations, and they can be Huawei brand ambassadors. So right now the Huawei NPS, the net promotion score, so we increased a lot. 3 years ago, we have the NPS score minus 27. So right now we are more positive, yeah, above or 20, 24, I forgot. So the market share is important, but more importantly is we want to get more segmentation market share in the high tier. So we are chasing quality over quantity. So we want to find more opportunities, yeah, in the flagship models to compete with our competitors. Only with that we can further build Huawei brand. Yes.